Hi, I'm Katie Houston, and I'm the Ship Life editor for The Slate, and I'm here with President Patterson and his wife Colleen.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. It's nice.
Thank you for inviting us today.
Yeah, no problem. So we wanted to do a piece today to kind of just get to know you more and what makes you so passionate about Shippensburg and the students, and you as well, of course. So you've both kind of taken on like a pseudo-parent role with students, and even like your son is here, but you've seemed to even do that before at previous universities. What has made you been able to kind of like, what's enabled you to do that?
I don't know that anything has enabled us to do that. It really just kind of comes naturally. We have always been involved in higher education. I went to college and never left, so to speak, having worked my way up through different roles, responsibilities, and when asked to do more, I've always accepted that responsibility, and it has brought me to this place where we serve as president and first lady within campuses of higher education. And we like that connection to students. That is really an aspect of the role that our family plays that has brought us to Shippensburg. Because as we looked at Shippensburg, we saw that connectivity really exists, in a strong sense of connectivity between students and faculty, students and the presidency, as well as faculty as a family on campus. And that's kind of what drew us to Ship. But that connection to students is something that just has always existed.
And I feel like I'm a mom, so I always think about what if my son wasn't, 5 minutes away from me, what I would want to see from a president and his wife on campus, and make sure that the students are taken care of and know they can come and talk to us when they need to.
Yeah. So you've obviously been working in the administration part of higher education for a very long time. When people are doing that, a lot of times you see a lot of like burnout and disconnect from the classroom or the community. Both of you, how do you keep that energy and not burn out as much? Because you don't seem to have done that.
I think we both balance each other. So, if he's at the office till 10 o'clock, I'm like, time to come home, and we kind of balance each other. A lot of times when he can't be someplace on campus, I'll go to it. He got stuck on a flight in Michigan, and he said, I need you to do the welcome in the morning, and I was thinking it was going to be 30, 50 parents and students. And
There was 200. I didn't tell her how many.
We kind of do that, and honestly, this is what we enjoy. So it's not like what we say. It's a lifestyle. It's not like a job per se. We enjoy doing everything.
Yeah, and it is a challenge, as you pointed out. The pressures of higher education, not just within Pennsylvania but across the country, have required faculty and staff and administration to do more with less many times, and balancing that has been sometimes difficult. But the role of the president in that sphere, that's the job. The job changed during COVID, right, for everybody. And the role of the presidency changed, but it changed not just on a campus or within a state, but across the country. And the thing about being an administrator is, we try to support our students and our faculty the best of our ability, because it's the students that we have to put first. We are here for the students. They're not here for us. We are here for the students. And any way that we can serve the students and our faculty to the best of our ability is our focus. And if that means, me giving out my personal cell phone number so that students who feel like they have that need to reach out to the president can do so willingly, and have that ability to bring to light some of the challenges that they may have or some of the successes that they have. That connectivity is important to us.
You mentioned in the article that's what it's all about, a conversation about racism that was put in the paper back in October. why did that article just connect to you on such a personal level?
It really connected to me on a personal level because I think when that article came out, I'd been here only a short time.
Mm-hmm.
And typically we talked about giving out my personal cell phone number, right? I give that out to, prospective students and their families, and to current students anytime I have an opportunity to talk in large groups to students, and to provide that avenue of communication and connectivity with the president. And in that particular story, I think we failed. We failed to address the needs of a particular student who was having a difficult time. And instead of reaching out to an administrator or to counseling or to some avenue of support, that student left this campus and may never return, okay? And I wasn't here for a long time, but if someone had thought about that, if someone had said, hey, I've got the president's cell phone number, let's reach out to him, we would have taken steps to make sure that student was afforded options. And it could be that the student stayed, but it could be that we didn't have an opportunity to retain that student. And the best thing could have been for that person to leave campus, because it was more than just one challenge. And typically that is the case when a student feels like they have the need to leave a campus. It's more than just one issue. So what levels of support could we have given that student? What other options could there have been rather than just to leave? And I felt that we didn't have the opportunity to intervene and to give that student the support and options that I would have liked to have seen us give.
Yeah.
And students need to feel empowered and enabled to reach out. They need to know the resources that are available to them. And maybe that student did have an opportunity to reach out and to take advantage of those resources. Maybe not. But I wanted to make sure that that student had the options. And I just didn't feel like those were afforded. In a general sense, the lack of communication that might exist on some campuses between the student body, because you're speaking specifically about students in this context, right? So the lack of communication between students and the president or the administration. And I have taken an intentional effort to break down those barriers and to communicate directly with students, either through the slate or through my email exchanges with students or giving out my cell number. It's important that the students hear from the administration. It's important that the administration hear from the students. So there has been opportunities where students' voice is clear about their needs for accommodations, right, when it comes to returning back face-to-face. And for those students who had experienced some challenges being in quarantine and isolation, we listened to the voices of the students, and we went back to the core of faculty and to our administrators in academic affairs and talked with them about what accommodations could be made within what's allowable by the collective bargaining agreement or academic freedom. And we made sure that we had maximum flexibility to the extent possible on that topic, or whether it's concerns about racism on campus or bias on campus. And my message to the campus community came out this morning about, hate has no home here at Shippensburg. And you'll see signs across campus because we hear the student voice, we hear their concerns, and we're responsive to their concerns. And hopefully that's really clear now, where in the past maybe it was not as clear.
And I think that seeing those signs around has definitely made students wonder, so they care and they don't want to see the hate, what steps are being taken, which I think is something, that you're trying to do. With the cell phone number thing, has there been a time that, it's a big thing, I mean, but the convocation, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, okay, at convocation,
yeah.
You gave it out, and I think that's something, even with a bunch of freshmen, that a lot of people are like, wait, what? Like, I think that's something that's definitely out there and new and different, especially for students to see from administration, coming from either being here at the university, Shippensburg in specifics, or coming from high school. has there been a time, though, that's led to anything yet, or is it just leaving that line of communication open right now?
It has led to things. It has led to students reaching out who might need help because they feel like they may do harm to themselves. Okay, that's a real incident where a student reached out to me and said, I'm not feeling well, I need help. I'm able to immediately put that student in touch with the right resources that they need. But it's also a very friendly exchange where people sometimes just want to say, hello, what's going on? How was your weekend? Or when Colleen showed up to open house and told everyone that was there, 200 families, to immediately text me. And when I landed on the plane, there was some 80 texts waiting for me, and I sat in the terminal in the Philadelphia airport and responded to every single text. And there were great exchanges. Students had a really great experience as part of open house who said they were accepted on the spot, or they were going to apply, or they looked forward to coming in fall because they've already committed to coming. And having that connectivity allows them to understand we anticipate their arrival. We look forward to them coming and continuing to be successful here at Shippensburg. So it may be unique to some. I don't view it as unique. I view it as a really good tool to maintain that connectivity.
So switching gears a little bit, what are some of the things that you do on campus as the First Lady to interact with students and everyone else in the community?
So I walk the dogs twice a day, and a lot of times when I'm walking the dogs, you'll see students say hello every morning, and they'll pet Sweetie or Oliver. Try to make it to every sport game we have. Saturdays gets a little hectic because we go, with football season, you go from football to volleyball and then now basketball. Try to be at any student events that we can be, that I can be. A lot of times Charles can't make it to something, and he'll ask me to fill in, and I will gladly.
She'll be there anyway.
Yeah. So I try to do as much as possible.
And you're involved with the clothes closet here
Clothes
as well,
closet,
the career
yes.
closet.
So the career closet, I donate clothes, and I've gotten the opportunity to help students a couple of times, help dress them for their career fairs that they have here at the university.
Just a lot of connectivity with our students. It's been a pleasure, and now that we're into the performing arts schedule with the Loors Center for the Performing Arts, we've got a number of events where we're interacting with the community and alumni, and so it's just a lot of engagement on campus. We've been very pleased.
So you've been working obviously a very long time in administration. You've said that, but how has it kind of been different than you expected it to be now that you're where you are now?
I don't think it's much different. As we emerge from the COVID-19 pandemic, right? As we start this transition from a pandemic state across the world to an endemic state of mitigating the risk of infection and making sure that we've got vaccinations to ensure that we are safe in case we get infected. That is also not just the mitigation of the virus, but how we interact in the classroom, how we interact with students, how we interact with events. And the thing about being in administration is I always say it's never the same job twice in any given day. There's always new challenges. There's always new opportunities to celebrate the success of our faculty and our students. And so this is what I like about administration personally, is that we're challenged. We're challenged with new things to tackle, but new opportunities to make the institution stronger. And that's what I like about this role as president and all the great things that Shippensburg has to provide for our students.
Well, I think that we are all very glad to have you guys here.
Thank you.
And to have your passion on campus for the students and faculty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you guys have a great day. It was a pleasure talking to you both and having time to have a conversation with you. Thank you so much. I'm Katie Houston. This is Dr. Patterson and his wife Colleen Patterson.
I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Thanks, Katie.
Yes.